So guys, good morning. Day 2 here from Ljubljana, Slovenia. And yeah, we got some things planned today. Gonna head up to the castle, walk through some markets and so on. But I have a few birthday shout outs to do. First of all, Terry up in Seattle, happy birthday, a little belated on the 9th. A lot of October birthdays. Gordon up in Idaho, happy birthday. And also my good friend Mark from Salt Lake City, birthday on October 12th. Happy birthday, and hope Daniel's cheesecake worked out well. Slovenia is funny, it's only the size of New Jersey, but with 1/4 the amount of the people, and the economy is just roaring. And it was one of the republics from Yugoslavia that broke away peacefully and never had any issues with that of the 6 or 7 republics. Yeah, we're going to just kind of walk around today. Tomorrow is Lake Bled and the Julian Alps, which is of course an extension of the Alps system, as it's on near the Austrian border. Anyway, so we'll keep you updated as the day goes on. As I mentioned yesterday, this is really a peculiar Airbnb with a peculiar mix of artwork, some sort of rustic staining on doors, which looks artificial. And for example, in this room, that's a hammock. I mean, this is bedroom rather. And then there's something here about Madonna and an old chair and a chessboard against or on a sewing machine. So yeah, very odd. There's, I think, 2 pregnant women doing something. I don't know. But kind of cool, just weird. Kitchen built into a loft, and then bedrooms and stuff. Bathrooms and stuff over there. It's interesting. Once again, markets, but it's a Saturday. And the markets are different. There was a whole row that had nothing but breads, which was really cool. But the whole market looks and feels different from yesterday. Other vendors have filled in with different things, from crafts to more produce. I don't know where they get all this produce. They must grow a lot. Well, it's harvest season, I guess. So we're just wandering around looking for a little lunch. We're at the base of Ljubljana Castle, and there is a gondola tramway that goes up to the top, which is a good thing, because it is quite the hike up there. It's supposed to be quite the view. Well, completed that castle tour, and I've certainly seen better castles in Europe, but that was fun. Anyway, I'm certainly glad I have my hat on today, because a bird just crapped all over it, and so I'm really thankful that Lori brought me this other cap. Anyway, I think we're going to head off and get a little coffee and plan the rest of the afternoon. I read that Ljubljana in Slovenia is more into being green and waste recycling it anywhere. Residual waste, glass, packaging, all out on the streets. Paper, the most green country in all of Europe. Boy, what a great autumn day! I tell you, I've had the best luck. So what, 7.5 weeks on this trip, and only 1.5 days of rain. It's just that perfect 68 degrees, no wind, and walking up here to what is supposed to be a pretty impressive Orthodox church. Yeah, it's quite the walk over here, but this is the Serbian Orthodox Church of Saint Cyril and Methodius. How about that for a mouthful? It's beautiful though. Let's see what's going on inside. These Orthodox churches are always so dark and heavy. And of course you stand during the service, which I always thought was just so interesting. There seems to be some kind of baptism going on or something. All right, so here we are after all that walking in the castle, sitting on the river Ljubljana. Yeah, so Lori, listen, Lori, did you know tomorrow's my birthday?
Yes, I did know that.
And are you going to get me presents, or are your presents just your presents?
Your present is my presence.
Oh, okay.
But it's the best you could possibly get.
Okay, thank you, clearly.
7 weeks into your trip, what was your favorite place?
Is this an interview?
It is.
That's a hard one.
I know.
Because there have been so many favorite places. I think Romania.
Why?
Something about the people and the difference in scenery, from the mountains to the Black Sea and the castles.
And how did you like staying at Airbnbs the whole time?
Well, that was funny. It was really fun. Some were great, some were not. Some were small, some were cheap, some were surprising, some were $17.42. One was $11. The most I paid was $30. One was a dorm room. One was a 3-bedroom apartment for $18. But they were all different.
And I believe you slept once on a bunk bed?
Yes, I did. That was at the dorm room in Albania for $17.42.
Okay, so how much overall do you think this trip cost you?
Well, my goal was to be on a complete budget. You know, my round-trip airfare was only $396, as I've said 100 times. My rooms were between $11 and $30 a night, so you'd have to do the math. Eastern Europe, the meals were ridiculous. The nicest meal I had was in Kosovo at a restaurant in Pristina on top of a hotel. And it was a 4-course dinner with wine. I think the equivalent was 21 euro, something like that. But most meals were like 3 euro, 5 euro, whatever. So I don't know. The entire trip couldn't have cost $2,000 for what, 7 weeks?
That's
Not
pretty
too
good.
shabby, huh?
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
But I'm kind of looking forward to going home. You know, it's been a long time, but it's been an adventure really like none other. The first time I was really all by myself. So it was a real growing experience, and I learned I could really do things on my own, without you especially. And so that was really cool. And I would probably do it again. I mean, there's a lot of parts of the world, you know, I haven't seen yet. But some of them are kind of scary, where you'd almost have to go in a group. For example, parts of the Middle East, Iran, you know, some of that. I mean, I've done 95 countries now, which is a lot, but there's still a lot of the world left. Places like Mongolia, you know, all that region, the stands.
So you did a tour, you were on your own, and then I arrived. What is your favorite part?
Being on my own. I mean, the Gate 1 tour, the first 12 days, was cool. You know, I met some great people. And that's kind of nice because you learn a lot. On your own, the one challenge is, you know, you have to go out of your way to really learn where you are. And, you know, read up or go through tour books and stuff, or do an occasional tour. Because it's great to be on your own, but you really don't learn anything about the area. So each one of those have their own advantages, really.
With me arriving being the best advantage of all.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so much for this interview. Catch you later.
Bye-bye now. Evening, guys. Here, it was a great day. Kind of a short day. Didn't do too much, but we've been fogged in most mornings. It doesn't burn off till 11 or 12, so why bother getting out there before then when you can't, you know, see But yeah, it was it was a nice day. Did the castle and so on. Tomorrow we are heading up to Lake Bled in the Julian Alps finally. And Lake Bled is supposed to be very much like Tahoe. It's quite famous, and we'll see if it can compete with Tahoe. But that's tomorrow afternoon, and then tomorrow night, last night here in Ljubljana, and then we take off back to Croatia. So the Istrian Peninsula, the Italian portion, staying in Pula and a couple towns we'll visit near there, and then down through the central coast, Split and Dubrovnik and so on. We will check in tomorrow night from Ljubljana for sure with what happened at Bled. And the good news is I was able to wash the bird crap out of my cap. So I'm pretty happy about that. Okay guys, we'll check in tomorrow night and we'll see you then. Good night.